Good morning, guys. Good morning, man. Let me tell you, I am feeling sick. And today we actually have an extremely busy day. I've got to feed the animals. You guys are hearing the ghost there in the back. Got to feed some animals. Just fed the puppers. They're chilling here, Leo and Simba. So just fed the puppers and yeah, about to go feed the goats. And then I've got friends coming over. They're actually starting their own little YouTube channel. So we'll see what we're going to really film today, but later today I've got some other planned content. Oh, you amazing people that you'll see on the freaking thumbnail and on the description. So let's get to those goats. Right now, this nightmare of a process. This Billy's going to bump me again. He always seems to freaking ass up. Now watch him. He's just going to come and ram me. Hey, ow, ow, ow. Man, he's buying. So we haven't had them for too long. I was on with my balls. We had them for about a year now. And it's been exciting. Let's just drop some food here. Yeah. Now these are all dwarf goats. Super cool goats. But he's a dick. There you go, mommy. There you go. Ooh, happy tail waggers. Happy tail waggers. Dick. Absolute maximum effort by this food bowl. Lazy. Alright, so the day's escalated. I'm already busy with Benjamin. We're going to just do some routine maintenance in here. Fill up some water bowls, clean up some cages, do a bunch of nyaga nyaga, and then we're going to get to the real fun start of this video. What's up, Exos? Welcome back to another video.
Okay, so we're going to quickly put this female back in her enclosure.
Dick. Alright guys, so let's talk about breeding Cratalis theresus, which is the new tropical rattle. Here you go, Mom. Got it. I mean, which is also really essential for follicle development. Alright guys, so let's talk about breeding Cratalis theresus, which is the new tropical rattle. Now this is a large viper species ranging from Southeast America. Extremely dangerous. The reason why they're so dangerous, one, they're extremely toxic. Two, they're really encountered frequently by the people that live there in the native surroundings. So breeding them comes with a large responsibility. I mean, because they have big litters, firstly. And secondly, you need to find adequate homes for these babies, unless you're going to be keeping all the babies, which kudos to you, that's absolutely fantastic. So one of the first things you need to understand when it comes to breeding Cratalis theresis is that there is an indefinite cooling period, right? So just like any other species, they need to go through a little bit of a hibernation before you can actually start making the pairings. Now, I know I keep looking away because I've actually got a successful lock here already, which I'm going to be showing you guys now. But first, we need to discuss how we got to the point of this lock. So, obviously, you need to cool down the reptiles, right? So what I did was, starting from January, February, March, April, I stopped feeding. Start May, I went down with the temperatures. 2 degrees every week until I got them down to about 15 to 14 degrees Celsius, and I kept them at that up until the end of June. July swiftly came around and they actually started increasing the temperatures by themselves, right? So why would that happen? Because my environment where I stay, it started getting really warm really early this year, which is a little strange. But in any case, end of July, they started getting out of hibernation, and come August, I already had sheds from both parents. So the sire and the dame, both of them already shed then. We started cooling and then we started feeding them, right? So after they shed, we started really feeding heavy. I didn't feed the male as much because males, usually when it comes to breeding season, they don't really want to eat. This is true for just about all the species out there, but females, they've got this insane food drive. They just want to pound food, pow. So that's exactly what I did. I gave this female food. I mean, food, which is also really essential for follicle development. So I gave her some quail, I gave her some rats, and then that was about it. Then I started seeing, this female's looking swollen. So once they start swelling, that's typically when follicle building takes place. And once you start seeing follicle building, you can expect that your female is coming close to being ready to be introduced, right? So from follicle development, which is where the female starts swelling, I introduced my male, and I could almost immediately see breeding behavior from the pair, right? My male immediately went to the female. He started nudging on it, he started rubbing on it. Very typical to what you guys are seeing in this video. And obviously, once I started seeing that, I knew I was game, set, match. So I left them alone in the snake room, dim the lights. It's 3 days later, and this is my first visual confirmed lock right over there. So a visual confirmed lock means I physically saw the male with his hemipines in the female's cloaca, and that is usually a sign of a successful lock. So now the real journey begins. So now after the first successful lock, it's generally important to monitor the pairings from here on forward, right? Don't overdo it because the males are so much bigger than the females. Well, extremely typical here in my case, because the males are so much bigger than the females, they can get a little rough. I lost my previous female because of this male being extremely randy, and he actually killed the female sadly because he just kept trying and eventually it stressed her out and she did pass away, which is very, very unfortunate to me. So once you're sure about your locks, I would recommend giving adequate breaks in between. I mean, you can pair them for a week straight and then 2 weeks proper rest. In that time, feed your male, feed your female, make sure that the necessary nutritions are in them for this coming breeding season. Now, after successfully locking, you just look at these beautiful enclosures. Now, after successfully locking comes the tricky part, right? Because now you need to monitor your female and you need to monitor basking and belly temperatures in the enclosure. So I typically keep my female at 28 degrees to 31 degrees Celsius at the basking. Cool side, I like to keep it a little bit cooler, down to 24. Now this is very important because you'll actually see the female utilize both spaces heavy frequently, right? You'll see her chilling just as much on the warm side of the enclosure as she's chilling on the cool side of the enclosure. And this is her actually maternally incubating these eggs. Because remember, they don't really have eggs, they give live birth. So live birth meaning that they develop the eggs inside them, and then 6 months later in general, they give birth to tiny little live baby Doresuses. And then once you have your babies, it's super easy from there, right? Because these babies are hardy, they eat easily, they come with zero hassles. And I'll actually show you some babies that I still have here with me, so you guys can see how big the babies get within a year, right? So they started out at about, they started out about like that, and they're already touching base at almost 30 centimeters, eating like absolute monsters. Now my female gave me a very small litter last year. Now this can be expected from any live bearing species, right? And you guys need to understand that first time live bearers in general have horrible first clutches. I'm not too sure what causes it. I think it's just the inexperience of the female who's incubating the babies. Because we don't interfere with the baby process, an inexperienced female will likely result in a very low clutch yield or clutch success, because she did actually do very well. She gave me 4 live babies, 3 of them super healthy, one with a underbite, like a chin, and then she slugged out with 12 stillborns and 5 slugs. Now that is straight up just an inexperienced female. So we'll see how she does this year. Obviously after this year, she's going to get a well-deserved break. 2 years in a row is already pushing it kind of. But I was curious to see what she was going to do, and she was in pristine breeding condition. So I wasn't really too stressed about that process. Sorry for the interruption mid-video, guys, but go to my community feed, go check out the community post, guys. I'm giving 1 lucky subscriber a chance on every single video to actually get a free promotion, right? So that means any link of your choice I will share on my community post with 1 photo that you personally have taken of a reptile, and that gives you the chance to get seen by a little bit of a larger audience. We're not big yet, but as we grow, that's obviously going to be a golden opportunity. So how do you win this, right? On every recent video, make a comment, like, and subscribe. After I've seen your comments, after I look through all of them, I usually wait 24 hours, but once I see the best comment, I'll go down to your comment, on your comment, tell you, listen, you have won, and then from there on forward, we'll discuss it on Instagram via DM, and then you guys can share the link that you guys want to have shared on my feed, and then also show me the picture you want me to share.
Okay, so we're going to quickly put this female back in her enclosure. We've done a whole bunch of maintenance. Later on, you guys will see 3 baby Doresuses, Cascabals Rattlesnake, and this is their mother. So we're going to be pairing them up later. The reason why we're using a double hook stick is it's a large body snake, so we just want to give it that little bit of extra support. And also I really don't want to tail the snake because I'm not used to working with a snake this size with just 1 hook stick.
That's fine, I can lift from there. Cool, that's rough. Get the other hook in up the lower bed, that's fine. Support the other half. There goes there. there you guys can have a look at the big boy Doris's male. Now he's an absolute massive male. The last time I checked him, he was almost touching base at 1.8 meters. And he actually killed his previous female, so which is why I'm going to be introducing them now while I'm busy in here, so that I can just keep an eye on him. But an absolute monster of a snake. Big boy. Big boy.
This is the father of the babies.
That's the father. And you guys can see him. He's an absolute unit. Look at that. Let's close this up a bit, then I can show you guys the rattle. The rattle's not as big. It has broken a multitude of times. Alright. And that's it. And these are some of the Doris's babies from last year. These are all purchased by my good friend Benjamin. He recently did a YouTube video here with me. I'll link it down below. Now, neotropical rattlesnake babies are very variable in coloration, as you guys can see. We had the extreme contrast and an extremely dark individual right over here. And here's the last little individual. Very pretty. Very pretty. Alright guys, now yeah, that's going to be it for Cascabals Rattlesnake breeding. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys don't understand anything, or if you want me to do a more deep dive in breeding the species. But all in all, I think that should suffice for you guys. It should give you all the necessary knowledge that you need to breed this species. Oh, and by the way, when you start breeding, mist. Make it rain, man. Make it rain. They love to feel the difference in biometric pressure. If it rains outside of your snake room, open your snake room windows, increase that biometric pressure. All of this will trigger some crazy breeding behavior. From Enlightening, you guys know I love you. Peace out.